What's up, everybody? I'm Brad. Welcome to Sports Magazine Collector. Today, we're going to be counting down the top Sports Illustrated covers of the 1980s, beginning with numbers 40 through 21. All right, in case you have not seen my other videos, let's do a quick review. This countdown is based on the covers with the most collectability and potential value, and it is based 100% on my own personal opinion. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at number 40. Kareem to Earth. Duck, we have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. This cover is from 1980, and it is one of 29 appearances that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had on the cover of Sports Illustrated. He's a Hall of Famer. He won 6 NBA championships, a record 6 MVPs, a record 19-time All-Star. He's the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. He also won 3 championships in college. He was the 3-time College Player of the Year. He's got a Presidential Medal of Freedom, and he comes in at number 3 on ESPN's all-time greatest list. So this specific cover doesn't have any real significance to it. Obviously not his first cover, but it is one of his earlier Laker covers. This was before he had won any of his championships with the Lakers, and it's just a really cool image. I love that shot of Kareem there, about to jam it down, and he's just a great. So this issue has only been graded one time, and it is a 6.5. Number 39, it's the Ripken gang. We have Cal Ripken Sr., manager of the Orioles. We have Billy Ripken. Might want to check his bat knob there, see if anything's written on it. And then we have Cal Ripken Jr., Iron Man. And this is where the collectability comes. Cal Ripken Jr., he is a baseball Hall of Famer. He won 2 MVPs, 19-time All-Star, 2 Gold Gloves. He won a World Series, 2-time All-Star Game MVP, over 3,000 hits in his career, and of course, he holds the record for most consecutive games played with 2,632. Absolutely insane. So Cal Ripken Jr., super collectible, and this is his very first Sports Illustrated cover from 1987. He did appear on 6 weekly covers. He also appeared on 5 commemorative covers. And this issue has only been graded 3 times, with the current leader being a 9.4. Number 38, Michael Jordan. How high can he fly? This is Michael Jordan's 7th Sports Illustrated cover. This is from 1989. He was on the cover 50 total times. And let me just warn you, Michael Jordan is going to show up on this top 80s list quite a few times. He is a Hall of Famer, 14-time All-Star, 10-time scoring champ, 5-time MVP. He won 6 championships. All 6 times he was the finals MVP, and he is the greatest of all time. This specific issue has been graded 23 times, and the current leader is a 9.6. Number 37, Dr. J, Julius Erving. Take that, Boston. So Julius Erving appeared twice on my top countdown from the 70s with his first 2 covers. This is his 4th cover, and just absolutely love the image. Dr. J is known as being one of the greatest dunkers of all time, so you got to love the shot of him jamming it through the hoop. You've also got Hall of Famer Robert Parrish there underneath the basket. Dr. J, Hall of Fame, 16-time All-Star. He won 3 MVPs in the ABA. He also won an MVP in the NBA. He won 2 championships in the ABA. He also won a championship in the NBA. He comes in at 15 on ESPN's all-time greatest list. So this was from 1982, and in this season, the 76ers beat the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals in 7 games. And so that is what this cover is referring to here with the Take That Boston. They did go on to lose to the Lakers in the NBA Finals, but anything with Dr. J on it is absolutely awesome, especially, like I said, when he's throwing one down, which is what he was best known for. This issue has been graded 4 times, and the current leader is a 9.2. Number 36, the great one, Wayne Gretzky. This is Sportsman of the Year, a popular annual issue that SI would always put out, and Wayne Gretzky was the winner here in 1982. This was one of 15 times that he appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's a 15-time All-Star. He won 9 MVPs, 10 scoring champions, 4-time hockey champion, Stanley Cup champion, and he's the all-time leader in both goals and assists. He is the greatest of all time in the sport of hockey. So this issue, it's his 3rd cover, has been graded a total of 12 times, and the leader is an 8.5. Number 35, it's Mike Tyson. This is his second Sports Illustrated cover. This is from 1986. He was on a total of 15 covers. I love it how we know Mike Tyson mostly as Iron Mike these days, but on his very first Sports Illustrated cover, he was referred to as Kid Dynamite. And on this one, his second Sports Illustrated cover, he's referred to as the KO Kid. But Mike Tyson was just absolutely unstoppable, especially early on in his career. So he won his first 19 professional fights all by knockout, and 12 of those 19 knockouts were in the first round. He was the heavyweight champion from 1987 to 1990, and he was the youngest ever to be the heavyweight champion. He accomplished that at age 20. He also eventually regained his heavyweight title later in 1996 after serving several years in prison. So this being his second cover, also being an awesome image, Mike Tyson was an icon. This one comes in at number 35. There have only been 8 issues graded, and the leader is a 9.8. Number 34, this man led America's team to 3 Super Bowl championships. It's quarterback Troy Aikman, and this is his first cover. This is from 1989. He appeared on 6 weekly issues. He also appeared on 5 commemorative issues. So he's in the Hall of Fame. He was a 6-time Pro Bowler, as I said, won 3 Super Bowls, and he won 1 Super Bowl MVP. He was the first overall pick in 1989, and he actually has also served 20 years as a commentator on Fox, recently switching to Monday Night Football. So Troy Aikman, very collectible. This issue has been graded 5 times, and the current leader is 9.4. Number 33, absolutely love this cover. You will be hard-pressed to find more star power on a single cover. You've got Joe Montana, Magic Johnson, and Wayne Gretzky. It says they dominated the 80s, and that they did. So Joe Montana appeared on 13 Sports Illustrated covers, Magic Johnson 29, Wayne Gretzky 15. We've already talked about Gretzky's accomplishments, and spoiler alert, both Joe Montana and Magic Johnson will appear again later on this list, so we'll save their accomplishments for later. This issue has only been graded a total of 5 times, and the current leader is a 9.2. What I tell you, here he is, Magic Johnson. This is number 32. This is Magic Johnson's 5th Sports Illustrated cover from 1981. He appeared on 29 total covers. He's a Hall of Famer, 12-time All-Star. He won 3 MVPs. He won 5 NBA championships. 3 times he was the Finals MVP, and he comes in at number 5 on ESPN's all-time list. So this cover right here, the Magic is back. This is from Magic's 2nd season with the Lakers. This year, they were actually knocked out in the first round by the Houston Rockets after having won the title the previous year in his rookie season. But as we already mentioned, they also went on to win the title again the following year in 1982. So anything with Magic is great. Love this look. Just a classic shot of Magic with the Showtime Lakers. This issue has been graded 5 times, and the current leader is a 9.0. Number 31. There are times whenever the Sports Illustrated cover is more about the moment than it is the athlete, and this is one of those instances. This is the catch. This is one of the most iconic moments, one of the most iconic plays in NFL history. Dwight Clark, wide receiver for the 49ers. This is his first and only Sports Illustrated cover, and this was from the 1982 NFC Championship game whenever the 49ers beat the Cowboys with this last-second touchdown grab, pass from Joe Montana. 49ers would go on to win the Super Bowl the following week. This is from 1982. So Dwight Clark did have a decent career. He was a 2-time Pro Bowler. He won 2 Super Bowls. He finished his career with 48 touchdowns. But once again, this issue is all about the moment and just that iconic. And look at the photo. Look at how great this shot captures that huge moment of the catch. This has been graded 6 times, and the current leader is a 9.2. Number 30, it's Cardinals legend Ozzie Smith. This is his first cover from 1985. He appeared on a total of 4 covers. Ozzie Smith is one of the greatest defensive players of all time in Major League Baseball history. He's a Hall of Famer. He made 15 All-Star teams. He won 13 Gold Gloves at the shortstop position, and he also won a World Series. So this cover right here, The Heat is On, Pennant Fever, from September 1985. This was the year that the Cardinals lost in the World Series to the Kansas City Royals in 7 games. It was infamous for the call in Game 6, where St. Louis was up 3-2 in the series, and they were up 1-0 in the bottom of the 9th when umpire Don Dinkinger called Royals batter Jorge Orta safe at first base, which the instant replay later showed was the incorrect call. And several batters later, the Royals went on to win that game 2-1 and then dominated the Cardinals in game 7, 11-0. So that was a wild postseason. And Ozzie Smith, like I said, he's the wizard, only been graded one time, and that one issue is a 9.0. Number 29, the great one, is back on our list. It's Wayne Gretzky. This is his second Sports Illustrated cover from 1982. Once again, he appeared on 15 covers. And what I love about Wayne Gretzky and Sports Illustrated is it seems like almost every one of his covers in the 80s had the word great. And you got to think a lot of this was before he was really known as the great one. He was not established yet as the greatest player of all time, but 6 of his first 8 covers actually included the word great in the headline, including this one right here, Wayne Gretzky going great guns. And so this issue has been graded a total of 10 times, and there is a 9.8 in existence. Number 28, let's get a little swag on our countdown. We got Primetime Deion Sanders. He appeared on 6 Sports Illustrated covers, including one very recently, but this is his first Sports Illustrated cover from 1989. Primetime Live, Atlanta's Neon Deion Sanders. So Deion Sanders is in the Football Hall of Fame. He was an 8-time Pro Bowler, 2-time Super Bowl champ. He was also the Defensive Player of the Year in 1994. And Deion Sanders is the only athlete ever to play in both a World Series and a Super Bowl. So he also had a Major League Baseball career as well. He's also the only athlete to play 2 professional sports in the same day. He played a game for both the Atlanta Falcons and the Atlanta Braves in the same day. Very cool. And currently, Deion Sanders is a very successful head football coach at Jackson State. So this issue has been graded 4 times, and the current leader is a 9.0. Coming in at number 27, Dominique, the Human Highlight Film. Dominique Wilkins. This is actually not his first cover. So Dominique Wilkins did appear in the background of a Larry Bird cover from 1983. That would technically be considered his first cover, but he's not prominently featured. He's not the focus. And so to me, this is the most collectible cover of Dominique Wilkins, because look at this. This is just beautiful. You got a great up-close shot of Dominique, Red Hot Hawk, Atlanta's amazing Dominique Wilkins. This cover is all about Dominique, and it's the only cover for Dominique Wilkins where it's like that, because he only appeared on 2 total covers, with that other one being, like I said, in the background of a Larry Bird issue. So Dominique Wilkins, he's in the Basketball Hall of Fame. He was a 9-time All-Star. He won a scoring championship. He won 2 dunk championships. He comes in at number 46 on ESPN's all-time list. And this specific issue has only been graded 5 times, and the current leader is a 7.5. Number 26, we've got a non-athlete driving the collectability of this issue. So on the left, we've got Georgetown head coach John Thompson. This is his first and only Sports Illustrated cover. On the right, we have Patrick Ewing still in his college uniform. This was not his first cover. He had already been on multiple in college, and ultimately he was on 15 covers throughout his career. And in the middle, we have President Ronald Reagan. This was his first Sports Illustrated cover. He actually was on a second, but this was his first cover. This is from 1984. Ronald Reagan was the 40th president of the United States. He served from 1981 to 1989. He also was a successful actor earlier in his career. So he was the president of the Screen Actors Guild from 1947 and 1952. And in his run for president, he actually won the most electoral votes in history. In the 1984 race, he won 97.6% of the Electoral College votes. When he left office in 1989, he had a 68% approval rating. That was tied with Franklin D. Roosevelt and later matched by Bill Clinton for the highest departing approval rate of any president in the modern era, excuse me. And Ronald Reagan was actually the first acting president to be featured on the cover of Sports Illustrated. So John F. Kennedy and Gerald Ford had both previously appeared on the cover, but neither were yet the president. Both of those covers were before they had been elected president. So this cover right here was the very first time that an acting president was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. So very collectible, very cool. This issue has been graded 4 times, and the current leader is a 9.2. Number 25, you may know of him as the Rocket, referred to here on this cover as Lord of the K's. It's Roger Clemens, and this is his very first Sports Illustrated cover. This is from 1986. He appeared on the cover 8 times. Now, Roger Clemens is one of the greatest pitchers of all time. Unfortunately, he's been tied to PEDs, which has kept him out of the Hall of Fame. But if you look at his accomplishments alone and, take it for whatever you want, doesn't matter which side of the fence you're on, he had some pretty crazy accomplishments. He's got a record 7 Cy Young awards. He won an MVP, which is pretty rare for a pitcher. 11-time All-Star, 2 pitching triple crowns, 7-time. He won the ERA title. He won 2 World Series. He's 9th all-time in career wins with 354, 3rd all-time in strikeouts with 4,672. He's also 3rd all-time for pitchers in career WAR with 139. So this issue from his early days with the Boston Red Sox has been graded 10 times, and the current leader is a 9.4. Number 24, before he became the leader of the Bad Boys, it's Hoosier hero Isiah Thomas. This is Isiah Thomas's very first Sports Illustrated cover. As you can see, still here in college in his Indiana uniform. This is from 1981. Isiah appeared on the cover 3 times. He's a Hall of Famer, 12-time All-Star, 2-time NBA champion. He won a Finals MVP. He won 2 All-Star Game MVPs, and he came in at number 31 on ESPN's all-time greatest list. A very interesting thing about this magazine is this is actually the very first magazine that Michael Jordan appeared in. He was in the Faces in the Crowd section as a high school student. But this cover, all about Isiah, very cool picture of him cutting down the nets. It's been graded 3 times, and the current leader is an 8.0. Number 23, we saw him earlier with his head coach and with the president. This is Patrick Ewing. This is his very first Sports Illustrated cover. This is from 1982 when he was a freshman at Georgetown. Patrick Ewing appeared on 15 covers. I'm pretty sure 7 of those were while he was in college. I think he may have the record for most covers of a college basketball player, but he is in the Hall of Fame. He was an 11-time NBA All-Star. He won a Rookie of the Year. He also won an NCAA championship at Georgetown, as well as the 1985 NCAA Player of the Year award. And he comes in at number 37 on ESPN's all-time greatest basketball players list. This issue has been graded 8 times, and the current leader is a 9.4. Number 22, Top Gun. It's not Tom Cruise, but it is the Admiral, David Robinson. This is David Robinson's very first Sports Illustrated cover. This is from 1986. He appeared on a total of 7 covers. He's a Hall of Famer, 10-time All-Star. He won a scoring championship. He won a rebounding championship. He won a blocks championship. 8 times All-Defensive Player. He won a Defensive Player of the Year. He won a Rookie of the Year. He was a 2-time champion. He won the MVP award in the 94-95 season, and he comes in at number 24 on ESPN's all-time greatest list. Also really cool about David Robinson, he is one of only 4 players in NBA history to record a quadruple double. The other people to do that were Nate Thurmond, Alvin Robertson, and Hakeem Olajuwon. David Robinson is the most recent to do it. On February 17th, 1994, he had 34 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 blocks, all in a single game. So this issue has only been covered, it's only been graded 3 times, and the current leader is a 7.0. And rounding out the first half of our countdown at number 21, it is his airness himself, Michael Jordan. This is from 1987. This is Michael Jordan's 5th Sports Illustrated cover of a total of 50 appearances. And so in my mind, this is one of the most beautiful and iconic cover photos in Sports Illustrated history. So let's look into the background of this shot a little bit. So this was actually a photo shoot that took place in 1987 in Lisle, Illinois. Michael Jordan had a youth camp there that day, and the photo was taken by legendary SI photographer Walter Luce. He did not know which jersey Michael was going to be wearing, so he actually had his photography team spray paint one half of an entire giant parking lot red and the other half blue. And so if Michael had worn his white uniform that day, they were actually going to use the red court as the background. But as you can see, he wore the red jersey, and they decided to use the blue background on the parking lot. They also needed to find an actual rolling NBA goal for this shot. They could not find one in the entire city of Chicago. So they ended up having one shipped from St. Louis, and they also rented a cherry picker piece of equipment so that Walter could get up high and take this photo from above. Absolutely love this shot. This issue has been graded 21 times, and the current leader is a 9.6. All right, that's it. Stay tuned for numbers 1 through 20 in an upcoming video. I always appreciate likes, comments, subscribes, and until the next one, see you guys next time.